These are 5 surprises that I learned about building sales funnels for coaching businesses online. My name is Gavin Wiener. I'm a top-rated freelancer when it comes to building automations and sales funnels, mostly for online coaching businesses, other agencies, and also local service businesses. Worked with 100 plus businesses at this point, been in the space for 5 years, and many of these businesses were doing millions per year. So I've already seen what works. If you're building a sales funnel, you might throw up your sales funnel and you suddenly are thinking, okay, where are my sales? I'm not getting any sales, I'm not getting any opt-ins. The biggest thing is traffic. If you don't have traffic, nothing else matters. You can have the most incredible looking sales funnel, the best automations you could ever see. Everything is seamless and perfect, but if no one is coming to your funnel, if you're not generating eyeballs on your funnel, nothing matters. So everything starts with traffic, whether that's organic or paid. Many people start with organic traffic, and obviously you're going to be getting that traffic then from Instagram, from YouTube like this, or any other platform. Or you might start running paid ads. So you are spending a lot per day, like many of the clients I've worked with, to send traffic. And that's when it gets important with the rest of my sales funnels, tips and learning lessons. Before we go on, if you want help building out one of these simple funnels that does have the capability of scaling to millions per year with your coaching business or your agency business, you can just check for the link in the bio. You can book in a time with me. The second thing is, you're probably thinking right now, okay, I want to have the best looking, most incredible sales funnel ever. It needs to do all these crazy things. But honestly, from my years of doing this and working with businesses making millions and millions per year from coaching, selling agency services, etc., the funnels are simple. They are honestly more simple than you realize. Very typically in the coaching space, what you're going to see is traffic is driven to a opt-in page. Someone has to submit their email and their name. Then they get access to a training, for example. They call this a VSL, typically a video sales letter. So there's a bit of a training, and they get access to this training. And then they're invited to book a call. That is a funnel I've seen so many times, and it still works. It is simple, it works, and I've seen this funnel scale to millions per year. So there's no reason to come up with these crazy funnels with the most incredible looking things. Yes, a good looking funnel matters, but honestly, from what I've seen over and over and over, simple scales. You just need to have the remaining pieces in place and everything working to your advantage, which obviously I'm going to carry on into now. Thirdly, we know that a simple funnel scales now. So now you're probably thinking, okay, how do I maximize my conversions from my sales? And to be honest, again, you can have the craziest fancy things, the best looking funnel and everything. But if what you're actually selling no one cares about, and who you're selling it to is not clear, you're not going to get any conversions. So your targeting and your offer is one of the biggest factor when it comes to your sales funnel. Again, you can have traffic finally come into your funnel. You can have the most incredible working funnel, even though I recommend keeping it simple. If you don't have a good offer, if you aren't selling something or promising something that people actually want, when they land on the landing page, what are you promising them? Is it to build an e-commerce store in 90 days and get their first $10,000 in sales? Is it to sell their first agency projects and get $10,000 clients? What is the promise that the people actually care about? And do they clearly know it's for them? Because if they land on this page and they don't know it's for them, they don't care about what you're selling, again, nothing else is going to matter. So the offer is one of the biggest part, is pretty much the biggest part of this. You can have the ugliest funnel ever, it can barely work, but if you sell something that people really, really want, they're going to opt in anyway. They're going to fight tooth and nail to get in contact with you if you can actually deliver what they're promising and something that they really care about. So your offer is absolutely king when it comes to the funnel. Number 4, even though we are selling something that people really, really want now, we're making it really easy for them to go through the funnel. A lot of these decisions are still emotional. When someone sees your ad or sees your message on your Instagram profile, your TikTok, wherever it is, when they see that, they're in a certain emotional state. And in that emotional state, your message hits, your offer hits, and then they go opt in. But those emotions are going to fade. So speed to lead, getting hold of those people as soon as they show interest or as early as you can, that is what I've seen has a massive, massive difference in regards to conversions. Because not everyone is going to opt in and then book a call straight away. There's going to be people who opt in, watch the training video if you're doing a VSL funnel, and then they get distracted, or they're like, that seems like a lot of work. Maybe our VSL wasn't as clear as it could be, or maybe they didn't want to watch the whole thing. They're feeling a bit lazy. Now, speed to lead is the big part here. So that is why we put these leads into our automation sequences, whether it's for texting and email. Ideally, have both. And most ideal, and what I've seen work the best on most coaching programs I've seen scale to millions per year, is having someone call them up. So they opt in, they've had enough time to watch, they haven't booked a call, having someone there who's keeping an eye on the CRM, on the notification, saying, hey, I saw this person opt in, let me give them a call. And it's like, hey, I saw you opt in, you're potentially looking for help learning how to build X type of business or get help with X type of thing. Yeah, what's going on? I just want to see if I can actually help. And then obviously the setter, the person doing those calls, is checking if they're actually qualified, if they're actually serious, if they're going to be a good candidate for whatever the business is offering with their funnel and their offer, and then getting them scheduled in. Because what I've seen is after about a week, well, pretty much 5 days or so after that, your chance of converting that person falls off dramatically. Like, unless someone's been following you for a long, long time, they kind of like forget what they even did yesterday. You'll say to them, hey, I saw you opt in for a funnel, got the free training, like what's going on? They'll be like, what? Like, what did I fill in? What did I click in? Obviously, again, this does depend according to how long they've been following you or how warm the traffic is. But speed to lead is a big, big thing. You've got to be on top of those people as quick as you can. Number 5, it's something I actually alluded to already. So the way you speak to people who know you versus people who don't know you, even in ordinary life, differs significantly. So you're not going to just walk up to a complete stranger and just start talking about your day and your family without giving any context. They're going to be like, what the hell is going on here? They don't know what you're talking about because they don't know you. So there's no trust, there's no pre-existing background, there's no pre-existing relationship. And that is what you would call a warm audience, someone who's warm to you, someone who's medium to you, for example. But then you also have cold traffic. So that is someone, if they are running paid ads for your funnel and someone opts in and they've never followed you before on Instagram or on YouTube, they've never watched any of the content, this is the first they're hearing about you, they're a very cold audience. Your conversions are going to be less with these people, and you have to do a lot more work with them when it comes to your funnel. You have to nurture them a lot more. You have to tell them your story. You have to show them that you actually know what you talk about through case studies and social proof and authority. You can't just assume just by the offer, even if it's something they really, really want, they're going to believe you. The trust isn't there. They're a cold audience. So the way you speak and treat cold audiences versus warm audiences are going to differ significantly. Like a warm audience, if you have a lot of warm people in your audience, you probably could just have a straight landing page with book a call and you'll probably convert decently. But with a cold audience, there's not enough trust there. Your conversions are going to be significantly lower. So you have to treat cold versus warm audiences very differently. If you want help building a funnel that's going to scale for your business, make sure you get leads, make sure you are hitting those speed to lead situations, then you can click the link in the bio and you can book in a call with me and we can discuss further what that would look like building out a funnel for your business or automating parts of your sales funnel. But if you want to do this on your own potentially and you're wondering, okay, well, what do I even need on a landing page, for example, if I want to get people just booking a call with me, keeping it simple, then you can watch my other video going through what do you actually need on a landing page that's going to get you booked calls at least just to get started.